Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So yesterday you also explained about Anna Abhilashita. So in that, you explained the difference between Abhilasha and Abhilashita, right? So in
Hmm.
that, so I had doubt about means what are the examples of when we say Abhilashita. So it is like when you said about Draupadi had she prayed to Krishna to save her life.
Hmm.
Similarly, Gajendra
Yeah.
also prayed to Krishna to save his life first.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
And after that, when he said that now he don't want even anything else, that time Krishna came after that prayer. Firstly, he prayed for that, and after that, he one more prayer what he said. So then
Hmm.
Krishna himself. So that can you give more means what is Abhilashita?
Yeah.
So
Wait.
what?
Wait. Just a bit. Just. Yes. I understood. Just wait. Yeah. Abhilashita, as we had told yesterday, no, even even Acharya's writes, even Prabhupada writes about it. Uh, Actually, ta means anything which is very much needed. It's a need. If it's a need, and somebody's in danger, like we see so many, even in 10th canto, the best of the Vaishnavas that we have in our the entire creation, material and spiritual both. So they're asking, oh Lord, Krishna, Krishna, Mahabaho, Indra, very, very beautiful yesterday. Bhakti Ashraveshwar Maharaj was saying, or giving an example. Indra, they knew, the Gopas, they knew that Indra is giving us this problem of rain. And see, if somebody is giving us very big problem, man is there, he's giving us the problem. And we know that we have created the problem by not worshipping him. Naturally, we would have gone to Indra. Say, Indra ji, galti ho gaya, maaf kar dijiye. And they didn't went to Indra. He said, hell with Indra. They immediately went to Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Mahabaho. And because it was a danger, it is not considered out of pure devotion service. Ta means that. And then our Acharya also says, but this ta should be limited to the basic need. Right now, Draupadi is a basic need. Her it was, chastity. She is a woman of such a world, such time where sun would not see the woman's body. Even sun. Today is a different time. So so for them, chastity is a much more important thing, much more. It's equal to death, or worse than death. Sorry to say. So it's a need. Gajendra, it was a need for him. Yeah, the Lord may came in the second verse, but it is not. He wanted. See, when the Lord sometimes doesn't reciprocates, is to make the person's maturity of Krishna consciousness, to make him more mature in Krishna consciousness. It's not that the Lord doesn't want. Generally, this is the case if he is practicing pure devotion service. And Gajendra, Gajendra was not even not even an human. It's exclusively a different, exceptional case, Gajendra, when he's being delivered. But there also the same. It's not that the Lord is awaiting. He's awaiting when he will be very purely calling out, more intense, more he will, more surrender, that kind of thing. But ta is this, and abhilasha means material desires, material lingerings, even puja, la, pratishtha, all those things are not to be. Is that fine?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any question from yesterday's discussion, Prabhu, before we go ahead? Okay. I don't see anyone having raised one's hand. Let me go ahead. So we are beginning today the first chapter. Till now we were in introduction and Mangalacharan of NOD, and today we'll begin in our first chapter of Nectar of Devotion, or you can say Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So the first chapter of Nectar of Devotion, after speaking about Uttama Bhakti definition, is the characteristics of the pure devotional service. That's how Prabhupada, has name the chapter, the characteristics of or the qualities of Uttama Bhakti. So when Prabhupada actually, so in this, when this has been spoken about, the verse has been spoken about Anavilashta Shunyam. So the lot of things also has been spoken in that because many more examples of different places where the pure devotional service has been spoken, they also been highlighted by our yeah, Arup Goswami. So he he quotes he quotes also Narad Pancharatra where he says that one has to do the what is Shuddha Bhakti. He speaks that words Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam Tatparattvena Nirmalam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Uchyate. That's very famous verse. But he says the important thing is what? Sarva Upadi Vinirmuktam. And one has to, and then engage the senses in a master, engage the senses in the service of the master of the senses. Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevanam. And why he says Upadi, Sarvapadi, Vinirmuktam. No, Sarvapadi Vinirmuktam means what? Na anil anya abhilashita shunyam. Dhyana, karma, dhyanavitam. That's done. Because designations, false designations in this world creates material desires. So that's why he's saying about that. No, and Rishikena Sevanam is Anushilanam. That in the NOD, the Paribhasa Sutta words Rishikesha Sevana means Anushilanam. So this is how it goes out. And then he also quotes Bhagavatam third canto verse about Lakshanam Bhakti Yogasya Nirgunasya Nivdaritam Ahetuki Ahetuki Avavahita Ya Bhakti Purushottame. This also very clear is Ahetuki Avavahita. It should not be obstructed. It should not have any other goal in the mind. No, Lakshanam Bhakti Nirgunasya. Nirgunasya means it should be pure. It should not be within the modes. Then also he quotes about Salokya Sarishti Samipya Sarupya Ekatvam Apiyuta Diyamanam Na Grinanti Vina Mat Sevanam Jana. So this is a verse which is often we quote Salokya nahi chahiye, Sarishti nahi chahiye, Samipya nahi chahiye, Sarupya nahi chahiye. ये चार भी नहीं चाहिए पांचवा को छोड़ो सायुज्य का है ना विना मत सेवनम जना. One day I was just thinking about it very 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 ऐसे we just speak this word as a salokya, but do we ever think salokya means what? See, you have two options, Prabhu. Suppose somebody gave you two options. The first option is, Prabhu, either you wash the pot, you all voice devotees, so you know what does it mean vessel washing and container washing means. जिसमें भोगा बनता है वो भी और जिसमें प्रसाद सर्व होता है वो भी, दोनों ही कभी कभी धोना पड़ता है. वो सेवा है या फिर आपको यू नो ये क्या कहते हैं you will be awarded seva of or you will be awarded chalo you will be awarded the seva of no seva, sorry, you will be awarded. Okay, I'll change that. I'll change the example. When we are talking about salokya, right now salokya means what? Vaikuntha itself. Suppose somebody tells us, Prabhu, there is a hut over there. It's a very simple 1 BHK flat where devotees are staying. Voice is a place. You need to be there and perform bhakti. Or it's a big gold palace right now. Very big gold palace is there, and that is for you. But there is no bhakti. Which one will choose? Right now, gold palace. Think about, bro. We have only seen, at most you would have seen Rashtrapati Bhavan or some king's palace. you know that or a simple life, which one we'll choose. That will tell whether we are interested in Salokya or not. Sarishti, uh, to have a equal opulence of the Lord, right? Na? So opulence means what? Prabhu, either you wear a simple dhoti kurta, only kanthi mala, like yesterday, yesterday Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya's, story we were hearing. Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya was earlier wearing all big, gold. You see today Pandas, Jagannath Puri, still they wear big mota mota chain and all those things. But once he met Lord Chaitanya in 7 days, he was only speaking. Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya was when he was speaking. For a few moment, Lord spoke. Next day, there was no there was no sign of all those gold and all. He had only one ornament, that is Kantimala. So whether we want that, just a Kantimala and a simple Vaishnava like look, or we want opulence of the Lord. Opulence of the Lord means what? All opulences, Prabhu. Knowledge, power, fame, all these people are craving for these things. Somebody gives us a power, like you are the most famous person, this entire creation. Or chalo, most famous person in the entire NVCC. No, that you want, or do you want, or just a simple Vaishnava may not be so much acknowledged. Like Kolavecha Sridhar, he was not known also by any devotee. You know, that when Lord said, Mahaprabhu said, Sridhar, Sridhar, say, who is Sridhar? God knows who is Sridhar. So they all went search out, they could not. The Lord said, Arey, Kolavecha Sridhar, you don't know. That kind of a devotee, or we want most famous. Samipya, right now. Samipya means staying near to the Lord. See, every one of us, wherever, all of those who are working, for sure, I'm saying, we want to increase in the ladder, vertical ladder, and go and maybe one day become a stakeholder of the company, may become the next man to the owner, the founder of the company, become the CEO of the company, that we want to go closer and closer and closer to the founder. We want that, or we want, if we have that, then Samipya is never to be understood by us. Samipya is, we should not have such a desire. Then we can Samipya nahi chahiye, Bhagavan ke. Sarupya, most beautiful. You have a form of, no disease, uh, no old age, no death, nothing. So, Sarupya, so what does it mean? We just don't want any of these things, opulences. We don't want the form of the Lord. We don't want like all cartoon channels that they show that a person jumps from above, but kuch nahi hota usko. He becomes flat also. Somebody comes and some car runs over him. He becomes flat also, but again he, saturates himself. So all sarupya means, because the body is chinmaya. But that kind of desire to not have, then only sarupya we can say no to it. So diya manam, diye जाने पे भी जो नहीं ले Vinamat Sevanam Jana. Such a person is a person who is actually doing Shuddha Bhakti, Uttama Bhakti, which is literally after, after having this kind of, thought process in my mind, I could understand. It's easy to say Uttama Bhakti, and we have to perform. It's not that we can't, but we have to also go ahead in this. We are students in this. You know? No, by Prabhupada's grace, we are chanting 16 rounds, we are following 4 regs, but we have to clear many things within our heart. Many desires has to be given up, no matter who we are. Then we can go towards these stages of, saying, my dear Lord, it's my claim that you must award me your abode. You must take me to your abode. I said it's quite far right now for us. but we have to. And one day we will be also. ऐसा नहीं है. If we keep on practicing in a proper way with these understanding, keeping these goals as our cherished goals of our life. So one day, kabe habe bolo sayidina amar. One day we may be like that. So after is giving these explanations, these kind of definitions from different other scriptures, Rupa Goswami then enters into the speaking about the 6 qualities of Uttama Bhakti. So we'll begin now from here. So he says actually over here, I'll just show you the screen. I'll just show my screen and we'll recite that shloka and then we will go ahead. I hope you're able to see it. Kleshaghni subhada moksha lagutakrit sudurlabha sandananda visheshatma Shri Krishna akarshani chasa. Shri Krishna akarshani chasa. Yes, read through one of you what is written in the translation. Uttama Bhakti. Loudly.
Uttama Bhakti removes suffering, bestows auspiciousness, makes light of liberation, is very rare, is composed of condensed bliss, and attracts Sri Krishna.
So these are 6. Kleshaghni, Subhada, Mokshalakutakrit, Sudurlabha, Sandranand, Visheshatma, Shri Krishna Akarshani. These are 6 Prabhu. So here now, actually, when he says about these things, Kleshaghni means, you understand, destroys the material suffering. Subhada means bestows auspiciousness. Moksha means disregard for liberation. Liberation means disregard for getting freedom from misery. Sudurlabha, rarely attained. Sandra Ananda Visheshatma, condensed manifestation of condensed bliss. And Shri Krishna Akarshan, attracts Krishna. In this world, nothing of this world attracts Krishna except Uttama Bhakti. And now when we are entering into these one by one, we'll do it today for today. Today only we'll do 2, Kleshaghni and Subhada. and next 4 will complete in the next one day session next week. So this, but before I begin, you please remember this. These all 6 only happens with Uttama Bhakti. All other Bhakti can give us some semblance of these things, very in a small way. These things may happen, but by root or by full 100%, if somebody is looking for and very quick, these are characteristics of Uttama Bhakti only. These are not characteristics of general Bhakti. So if before asking that question, surely many questions will come to you when I'll be discussing Kleshaghni. But please remember, always remember, these are Uttam Bhakti characteristics. So Uttam Bhakti, if somebody is performing, we will surely see in his life that. By the way, Uttam Bhakti people, those who are practicing Uttam Bhakti, they have no such expectations. That is also very clear, because that is also Anabhilasha, right? Na Anabhilasha tha कि मेरा suffering चला जाए, मेरे को सुख मिले, मोक्ष का ये नहीं रहे. Hey, सब कुछ bhakti. Prabhupada says bhakti we do for only one reason. Why? What reason? To perform more bhakti. No other reason. But over here, to make the understanding very clear, what is Uttama Bhakti and how we can identify Uttama Bhakti is by this Kleshaghni. By the way, before we begin, a pure devotee, one who is or even a practicing pure devotee, not a perfected pure devotee. These are 2 terms that is very clear. Practicing pure devotee, one who is practicing Uttama Bhakti, but at a sadhana stage, still has lurkings in his heart. Like yesterday, we discussed about that. He can also is practicing Shuddha Bhakta and perfected Shuddha Bhakta. In both their lives, even in perfected Shuddha Bhakta, you can see some kinds of Kleshaghni, so some kind of sufferings may be there. But please understand, those sufferings are not because of his, past, not because of his avidya. uh, it's not because of any material reasons. Those sufferings may be there because Krishna bestows obstacles in their path. So it said this has been said there are two reasons only a devotee suffers. One, because of offenses. The second is that when Krishna, puts obstacles on the path of a devotee. Surely the second category, Krishna putting obstacle, is only for Shuddha Bhaktas. And why he performed like Pandavas, they were Shuddha, but obstacles were coming. Surely their obstacles were not because of the product of their karma. It was because Krishna was arranging, right? Krishna was arranging in their life in that way. And why Krishna arranges? To like Prabhupada, so much problems Prabhupada has to face. Even in going to America, so much he has to face. And after going to America, one he has to face. Even after opening up ISKCON, he has to face so much. A chapter itself comes threat against ISKCON. So many things were there. So it is not that it is because of their past karma or avidya. It is because Krishna plays obstacles, plays all obstacles. Why? To magnify their devotional life in front of our eyes. That's the reason. So said this, now we'll begin with Kleshaghni. So Haribol, don't annotate. So now we'll read the Prabhupada's purport. Means Prabhupada's NOD, Kleshaghni. So Prabhupada explains how Kleshaghni begins. Where it is? Yeah, so Prabhupada in the beginning of the chapter actually is saying, yeah, over here. Oh, that's a good verse, third canto, 20th chapter, verse 12, where he's actually instructing, a couple of days instructing to Mother Devhuti, saying by all this. And I told you about Salokya, Sarishti, Samipya, and all those. And these are the 6 characteristics of pure devotional service, which has been mentioned over here. Yes. So actually there is a very good verse, which has been spoken by Rupa Goswami in Padyavali. When Rupa Goswami actually quotes that verse in Padyavali, it's a very beautiful verse. Actually, he quotes Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya for that verse. He's quoting. Okay, read the meaning which is there. I have written in the blue line. I have carefully understood.
Carefully understood Krishna's
Paramanuvada philosophy. It is not
Paramanuvad
Krishna's. That is not
Kanat
Krishna's
Kanat
Paramanuvada philosophy.
Kanat Kanat Kanat
Kannada.
Kanat. I have carefully understood Kanad's Paramanuvad philosophy. I have studied Gautama's Nyaya philosophy. I know Jaimini's Karma Mimamsa philosophy. I have already traveled on the path of Pseudo Kapila's Sankhya philosophy. I have applied my mind to Patanjali's Yoga philosophy. I have ardently studied Vyasa's Vedanta philosophy. None of these attracts me. It is the flood of sweetness from Lord Nandasuta's flute
Sant-
that attracts my
that
heart.
Yeah, that's what he says. So that should be, and when he says these Gautama Nyayas, Parmanuvad, Jaimini Karmamamsa, these all we might not know for sure. Right now, we may not know. Kannada's Parmanuvad or all those things. But, we might have traces of it in our life. For sure, that may be there. But he's saying, I have no attraction for those things. I have no attraction. My mind, the way it gets attracted to Nanda's son's flute, which is a flood of sweetness, nothing else. And that's what we are also looking for. Nothing of this world, nothing of these scholarly approaches, atheistic scholarly approaches to the Lord, to this in this world, does not attract me. No matter how much fantastic the logic would be, no matter how much the fantastic, the way of explanation would be, it doesn't. Bhakti attracts me. Seva to the Lord attracts me. Nothing else. That is the that is when these characteristics of pure devotional service gets manifested in our life. So I'll show you this verse 3.29.13, and then we will go ahead with our reading of. Sorry, 3:20 and 13 is Saloka Sarishti Samakya itself, and then over here, as the Prabhupada has been explaining about that, he rejects all those things. So that's why I said these things Salokasari, this has to be rejected out. When it's rejected out, for the sake of bhakti, then these characteristics, all these 6 characteristics manifests in one's life, beginning with relief from material desire. Read one of you in Bhagavad Gita.
Ashish Prabhu.
In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that one should surrender unto Him, giving up all other engagements. The Lord also gives His word there that He will protect surrendered souls from the reaction of all sinful activities. Sri Rupa Goswami says that the distresses from sinful activities are due both to the sins themselves and to the sins committed in our past lives. Generally, one commits sinful activities due to ignorance, but ignorance is no excuse for evading the reaction. Sinful activities. Sinful activities are of 2 kinds: those which are mature and those which are not mature. The sinful activities for which we are suffering at the present moment are called mature. The many sinful activities stored within us for which we have not yet suffered are considered immature. For example, a man may have committed criminal acts but not yet been arrested for them. Now, as soon as he is detected, arrest is awaiting him. Similarly, for some of our sinful activities, we are awaiting distress in the future, and for others, which are mature, we are suffering at the present moment.
So when as the word says Kleshaghni, no, when the kleshas are destroyed. What is kleshas? Kleshas comes in you have read in devices, so you have given device, Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik, Adhyatmik. All these goes away, right now. So now he is explaining that why it happens in a life. So they are mature and immature. No, mature is what we have got. What we have got, the sinful reactions in our life are matured up. And something are immature, that is kept in the store for us. And eventually we will get it in this life or in next life. That's the thing. So mature and immature, and you will be amazed. Bhakti can change the effect of mature. उत्तम भक्ति, श्योरली ऐसा नहीं है कि किसी को पैरालिसिस है तो पैरालिसिस चला जाएगा, but there is an explanation given what goes away. That is also very big. That's why it's been said, I'm saying that matured fruits of sinful act also can be destroyed. The effect is destroyed, and immature, which has not yet has come, surely can be destroyed. Proper, like we say delayed karma or instant karma. Delayed karma means what? You might have heard from Darshantu. You eat a very big feast in the night, and next day morning you suffer. That is delayed karma. Instant karma, instant karma. You slap somebody else gives you slap. That's it, instant karma. So sometimes the sinful activities that somebody may do, the reactions may come after some time, or reaction can sometime immediately. So if it matures up immediately, that's what we get it. That is called as now, and that will be called as prarabdha, which matures up, and which has not yet matured, it is immature, is called as aprarabdha. That's it, Prabhu. So, one and how it is, I- my request would be, I'll be explaining to you today, but today or maybe before the next week we begin the session, you should go to the Wave of Devotion book that I have shared with you all, and please read uh, that this section of about 6 qualities of Uttama Bhakti. Please read it by by many charts, and also Maharaj has explained it. It's a very good book. So, saying now, coming to back to the what I am just saying. So, this sinful activities, why person does, Prabhupada is writing, because of avidya. Avidya leads to papa, papa bijam, right? Papa bijam can leads to pap activity. Pap activity leads to suffering, klesha, right? So surely it is very clear, if somebody wants to remove klesha in his life, he can do two things. One is a eating painkiller kind of a process, or eating Ayurvedic medicine, which is supposed to remove the problem of the disease, the problem of the cause of the suffering itself is removed. That is avidya. So avidya leads to papa. Papa bijam means sinful desires. Sinful desires leads to sinful activities. Sinful activities leads to sinful reactions. And reactions can be two types, Prabhu. Prarabdha, aprarabdha. Aprarabdha, which has not yet manifest. Prarabdha, which has manifest. Now, what has not been manifested, Prabhu? Aprarabdha. Be very clear with this word. Aprarabdha means which has not manifested. Prarabdha, which has manifested. Aprarabdha can also give us suffering right now, and prarabdha, so anyhow we are suffering right now. We have got it. Aprarabdha, how gives it suffering to us? It will give us suffering because it will provoke us towards sinful life and towards in terms of sinful desires. That is the very big, or it will, or towards avidya. That is a very big problem, which is there in our account. It will keep on pointing people to push the people. That's why Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna says, "Dear Lord, what is the force within which makes me drive to go crazy? Even I don't want to get into it." Lord, what he says? What is the one word answer Lord says? Uh, Kama.
Kamesha Krodesha.
Kamesha,
Kamesha
Krodesha,
Krodesha.
Rajoguna, Samudbhava. Right now.
Mahashano
So
Mahaprabhu.
that's it. Yes. So calm. He says very exclusively. He says calm. Basically, calm. Very. So this that's why it keeps on. Some people, and calm is of lust is blind. The- It's towards a person. It can be towards object. It towards subtle objects like fame, prestige. It can be anything. Just drives a man crazy. That's why Oh, read now, bro, in this way.
Ayan Prabhu.
This way, there is a chain of sinful activities, and their bound end, distress, and the conditioned soul is suffering life after life. Sins. He is suffering in the current life, the result of sinful activities from his past life, and he is meanwhile creating further sufferings for his future life. Mature sinful activities are exhibited if one is suffering from some chronic disease, one is suffering from some legal infection, one is born in a low and degraded family, and if one is uneducated or very ugly.
So right now, what is prarabdha? What proper is giving these explaining. What one has already got. He's suffering in the present life because the sinful activity from his past. And maybe some people are born with chronic disease. Some people are born with allergic disease. Some people are born with illegal. Born or what gets into legal implications. Maybe born in a degraded family, maybe uneducated, very ugly. These all are proper gives about. You know, uh, you know, Prabhupada explains about that how these are prarabdha. So saying like that, when he speaks about Kleshaghni, so then he says about removing suffering. He says, Kleshasto papam tad vigyam avidya cha eti te tridha. He says three stages of suffering are there: wrong acts, wrong desires, wrong understanding. You know, wrong understanding is avidya, wrong act is is papam, and wrong desires is a seed. That is um, you say, use kutam bijam. These are both kutam and bijam, both are compared to a wrong desires. So then he says, but this pap, or this pap that person do, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu says that aprarabdham bhavet papam prarabdham cha eti cheti tadvidah. So these wrong actions that person does, the pap, is to aprarabdham or prarabdham, right now. That is also I have explained to you. Aprarabdham, which has not manifest, prarabdham, which has manifest. Both are because of the wrong actions that person do. So avidya, wrong desire, wrong knowledge, wrong understanding, wrong desires, wrong actions. So wrong actions will turn into sufferings. And this suffering will also be what means, because it will produce, this suffering which is manifested. So anyhow, we are suffering, which has not manifested, will again, revoke, or again, it will fuel what is wrong understanding that we have. When the wrong understanding, what is wrong understanding? First wrong understanding is that I am soul. I am body, not the soul. That's a wrong understanding. And that's why we said about to you, sarvapadi vinirmuktam. One no upadis means only upadis is that I am servant of the Lord. All other upadis will create wrong understanding. Right? So that is why here has been said that one has to be very careful. So now, explaining this, okay, I'll show you wave of devotion so that you not get. I'm not there. Do you are able to see me?
Yes,
Haribol?
Prabhu.
Yes, bro,
Yes, yes, Prabhu. Yes.
You are able to see me, but where am I? I'm not able to see myself. Hmm. Hare Hare. Wait. Some issue is there. Okay, if you're able to see me, it's well and fine. So I can't show you Wave of Devotion book right now. What you're seeing is seeing. I am not able to see my control itself of Zoom in my sky laptop. So somehow this is one path which I might. So anyhow, so we'll get into. Uh, so so I'm just showing my palm. See, over there you will see avidya leads to utam, bijam. Then what? Papam. Then back again utam. And avidya is the thing which is constantly. And now from where the avidya is getting water, what where from where it is water? अब ये पाप किया ना, पाप सफरिंग में कन्वर्ट हुआ, जो मिल गया हमें प्रारब्ध, जो अप्रारब्ध जो नहीं हुआ, which we have not got, or that again back again it will impel to avidya. Na? Or suffering at one who is getting, and he over there back again he chooses something sinful actions to get himself rid of the suffering, and also avidya. If it doesn't takes to bhakti, if it doesn't accept if it doesn't takes to bhakti, and it depends on some other processes, for for getting rid of it, surely it is going to create a problem. His avidya is going to increase. See, today's world is an example of it, Prabhu. So many problems is there, oh, heat is there. So heat is there, then okay, take the bright method. But we have the method what? Develop AC. Okay, you can develop AC, no problem. But but avidya will increase, bodily consciousness will increase. So surely, no, we are also accepting it. Only thing is good that we are accepting that that they are producing AC, but we are also engaging ourselves in getting the knowledge vidya. और विद्या विद्याम को आएगा ईशोपनिषद में आपको सब श्लोक. So we are getting vidya, and we are practicing devotional life. So we can eliminate it, but we should not have a very fondness for these things also. Eventually, for all this what we are getting from the material world, we can engage it in Krishna service as well and fine. But to the degree we'll have attachment to it, to that degree, avidya will be back again watered. So that's what has been said. So over here, when he says about this, he is quoting, and he's quoting 11th canto, the verse, Yatha, yeah, that's a very good verse, 11, 14, 19. And Prabhupada explains that. Now, will not read much of Prabhupada here because, no, just the shlokas are there, which is Prabhupada is writing. So, Prabhupada says about Yatha Agni, so, Prabhupada is quoting, Yatha Agni Samridricha करतयो एधनासि भस्मसात् तथा मद्विषया भक्ति उद्धव उद्धव अविनाशी कृत्नसः. He says very clearly, he says what? That 11, 14, 19, bro, this is verse. My dear Uddhav, just as a blazing fire turns firewood into ashes, similarly, pure devotion unto me completely burns to ashes the sins committed by my devotees. So that's what happens over here. The Krishna is very clearly saying, somebody who's doing, sins will be completely, burnt to ashes. Although these sins may be manifested or unmanifested. Some because the fire, like in the wood, the fire is there, but it's not manifested, right now. The same way, the fire, the sin which is may not be manifested even that, and which is manifested that also, the effect will be gone. So to explain this, actually, he says about also, he quotes no, very very beautiful shloka, third canto. Yannamadheya Shavananu Kirtana Yat Prahavanad Yat Smaranadapi Kvachid Swadopi Sadya Shavanaya Kalpate Kuta Punaste Bhagavan Darshana. This is 333.6. And the next sloka also 333.7. Both are very important. So when he says 333.6, Yan Namadeya Shavananu Kirtanad. So that's Yat Shavan, that's Yat Prahavanad, Yat Smaranad, Api Kvachit, Swado Visadya Savanaya Kalpate, Utah Punaste Bhagavan Mudarshanat. A very beautiful shloka. He says, Array, what to say? People know, anybody to say nothing of spiritual advancement. Even a person even a person who is born in a family for dog eater, he also becomes eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices. How? Even if when he utters the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or hears about his pastimes, or offer obeisances, or even remembers him. That's why I was saying this is the explanation which Prabhupada gives, also Rupa Goswami gives about that जो reaction manifest हो गया है उसका भी effect जा सकता है. Manifest reaction means somebody may be born in a dog eater's family. It's not a manifested reaction. It's manifested reaction. Because he's maybe born in a Yavana family or Chandala family. The next verse talks about them very clearly. That he says, यह बतो यह अहो बतो सो पचतो तो गरियान यह जीवार्ग के वर्तते नाम तुभ्यम ते पुस्तपेस्ते जुहुवु शशनुर आर्या ब्रह्मानुचूर नाम विनंति येते. So he says very clearly, aho bato, glorious are who, even a dog, Raswapacho, you know, जिसके जिसके मुंह पे नाम आने का सवाल ही नहीं उठता, जिह्वा अगरे उनके उनके मुंह पे, tip of the tongue, how they can have name? They can't worship the Lord. But even such people can, can chant the name of the Lord and call us the best of the people. So some may be born in a dog eater's family, so Pacho also. So surely he's born in the Sapocho family. He won't be allowed. Means he has a very low qualities. He won't be allowed to do Vedic sacrifices. But if he takes to Uttama Bhakti, if he takes to Bhakti, even he can perform the sacrifices. Although the effect of his sinful reaction was that he can't perform sacrifices. He just born a dog in his family. That effect is destroyed. He can. So that's why it's been said. That's the example that even effect of manifested reactions can be destroyed. And you know, yeah, there are many examples. Even CC, we see that when Lord met Vasudev the leper, don't think he was not a pure devotee. He was not a person who was not practicing. He was an Nityasiddhas people, but they had that manifestation. In one way they were Nityasiddhas, but we can also see they had manifested in one way. If you see it, there's a manifest reactions of their sinful past. But Lord also he destroyed it. No, he just embraced Vasudev the leper, and the leprosy was gone. So surely a pure devotee does not look. We have to learn what Vasudev the leper was thinking after the Lord made him into a effulgent personality. He said, "My dear Lord, what you have done, I'll get pride because everybody will say, see, he is the person who received the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and by that I'll be proud of it. I don't want, I don't want." So that is the mood of a pure devotee, and that's the mood of Uttama Bhakta Priya. He has no abhilashas. Huh? So surely one who has abhilasha, Krishna will not do that for him. Huh? So so that's been quoted over here when Prabhupada says about this. So he is quoting these things over here as you're seeing. I'm making, and Prabhupada also explains about that. That sinful activities, like in Prabhupada quotes Arjuna, fighting is a sinful activity because many people die. But but do you think Arjuna got a sinful reactions to it? No, it's been said. Naraloka Veera, Yah Ahvave Vartate Namatu. And what is that shloka? Loka Veera means what now? People who were killed by the arrows of Krishna Arjuna while seeing Krishna's form, they all were delivered. They were delivered. What do you think? Arjuna will be also sure his delivered man. All those engaging into sinful activity. So and because his fight was a devotional activity. So there was no sin, that he occurred to him. He was completely transported, to a different. No, that was his puja. That was his puja that he used to do whole day. Remembrance of Krishna was through engaging into fight. So, and that's when it's been said over here. So, said like that, you read the yellow which you are seeing, Prabhu, as such.
BLN Sekar Prabhu.
As such, how it is possible that anyone actually engaged in devotional service in full Krishna consciousness has not become purified? It is not possible. One who is engaged in Krishna consciousness and devotional service has without doubt become free from all contaminations of material sinful activities. Devotional service, therefore, has the power to actually nullify all kinds of reactions to sinful deeds.
Next headline, one more line. A devotee is nevertheless.
A devotee is nevertheless always alert not to commit any sinful activities. This is his specific qualification as a devotee.
Yeah, that's what's been said. That has to be that. If somebody is doing Uttama Bhakti, why he won't be? He is surely freed from all sin. contaminations. But he's not. He doesn't commit any more sinful activity. Prabhupada said, we are not people who are like Christianity. We commit sin whole week, go on the weekend, pay some money, and say, Jesus, please take my sin, and you suffer, and I go back and I keep on committing my sinful acts. No, not like that. We can't take Lord cheaply. That is the special qualification of a devotee. He doesn't take the Lord cheaply and the process of bhakti cheaply. And then proper explains about what I about said, dog eaters and all. And then he moves towards, so now he moves towards this shloka that Padma Purana says, Utam, Bijam, all these things. So read this is stated in Padma Purana, one of you, green section.
Bibhu
Green.
Prabhu.
Yes. It is stated in the Padma Purana that there are 4 kinds of effects due to sinful activities, which are listed as follows. First, the effect which is not yet fructified. Second,
Aprarabdha,
aparad. And the effect which is lying as seed. Third,
Utam,
the effect which is already matured. Fourth, the effect which is almost mature. It is also stated that all these 4 effects become immediately vanquished for those who surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, and become engaged in his devotional service in full Krishna consciousness.
yeah, yes. So this is a shloka which Prabhupada is quoting, is Rupa Goswami quotes is this, Aprarabdha phalan mukham, aprabdham phalam papam, utam bijam phalanumukham, kramena eva praliyate Vishnu bhakti tatatmanam. That means kram se gradually these are destroyed. All 4. Which all 4, Prabhu? First one, the effect which is yet not fructified, or prarabdha. The effect which is lying as a seed, utam. The effect which is already mature, it's not has taken into shape, is matured, is bijam. The effect which is almost mature is now you have got phalon mukham. These all are destroyed. A phalona mukham you can call as prarabdha. Aprarabdha, utam, bijam, and prarabdha. All are destroyed. Krameneva. Praliyate. But only to Vishnu Bhakti, Tatatmana. And for us, Krishna consciousness. That kind of, so gradually it's all destroyed. So this is the meaning of, and I said to you, Kutam and Bijam, generally you will be very clear when drafted letter itself. Kutam is like the effect which is lying in a seed form. Bijam, it has taken a shape. Shape in the sense, general पाप करने का tendency है, or you say general lust है, is kutam. When it gets to बीजम, अभी उस general में से भी specific चीज के प्रति lust है. You understand, na? When it comes to very specific, it becomes bijam. Before today, it's kutam. So that's the meaning of when somebody like a boy who's going to college might have general lust. Just give me a mundane example too. When it gets pinpointed towards one girl, it's bijam, right now, and then he will eventually perform some sinful activity, right now he will propose or do something like that and get the result, make it a slap or whatsoever, something like that. So this is called as Kutam Bijam Phalonamukam Prarabdha. Phalonamukam is Prarabdha. So this is a cycle which you will see in the Wave of Devotion book. I said to you, Avidya, Kutam, Bijam, Phalonamukam, then back again, Prarabdha. So this is how it goes on, and Avidya is the water. Bhakti, Uttama Bhakti is the only way. Uttam Bhakti is the only way to cut open this cycle. Else it's a ever perpetual cycle, and it's a because ऐसा ही नहीं बनाया भगवान ने cycle. And और ये तोड़ till the point we don't cut open this, we can't escape from this material world. We can't escape from the clutches of Maya. So that happens, and it will happen praliyate, kramena eva. That is truth. So Prabhupada gives the example. Read this yellow highlighted row when one catches.
Vibhu, you can continue.
Okay. When one catches some disease, it is often very difficult to ascertain the cause of the disease, where it originated and how it is maturing. The suffering of a disease, however, does not appear all of a sudden. It actually takes time. And as in the medical field, for the precaution's sake, the doctor injects a vaccination to prevent the growing of contamination. The practical injection to stop all the fructification of the seeds of our sinful activities is simply engagement in Krishna consciousness.
So Prabhupada says whether you have got a disease, you may not be able to ascertain from where it originated, how it is maturing, but it has appeared all of a sudden, and it will take time. But in the medical, but as you go to the doctor, so he may give you medicine. Medicine for us is Krishna conscious. We don't have to try it as Prabhupada is writing. He gives a vaccination to prevent the growing of the contamination. But vaccination is not a medicine. But for us, Krishna consciousness is vaccination and a medicine both. Vaccination, which prevents the disease, any further disease to come within us, and the medicine that what has manifested with the symptoms, that also it cures it. So it is not just a vaccination, but it is a medicine also. That is why Mukundamala Stotra, King Kulshekhara says, he compares the name of the Lord to be as Aushadhi. Right? Na? He's compared a very beautiful shloka. Mukundamala is a Param Aushadhi. There are many Aushadhis in medicine. There are many medicines in this world, but they can solve some diseases here or there. But this Aushadhi, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, Krishna consciousness, is the best of the Aushadhi. The disease which has yet not come, that also deserves a because it acts like a vaccination also. And forever it gets rid of. And then Prabhupada quotes about this in Ajamil section about that is a section which is very important section to be surely be referred to. So he uh, actually over here it is that he quotes 6 to 17. Taistani agani puyanti tapodana vrata aditi na na adhar na dharmajam tad hridayam tat apisangri sevaya. He says very clearly, अरे तप दान व्रत ये किसी भी चीज से ये नहीं जाने वाला, पाप नहीं जाने वाला. Maximum some sinful reactions manifestation can go away. That's why people go to some astrologer or people go to some way demigod तपदान व्रत करने के लिए. संतोषी माता के व्रत करते नहीं पता कौन है जो भी people say. No, so many व्रत people do right ना. कुछ लोग बोलो मंगलवार का भी फास्टिंग करते हैं, गुरुवार का भी फास्टिंग करते हैं, सोमवार का भी फास्टिंग करते हैं, शनिवार का भी फास्टिंग करते हैं कि नहीं? कितना फास्टिंग करते हैं और कुछ नहीं होगा. Maximum what has been manifested may get here there. No matter how much dan you give, it doesn't happen. No matter tapasya how much you do, who can do more tapasya than Hiranyakashipu? He did severe tapasya, but what he got? He got some power. He was looking for power. Finally, his end was very bad. Killed, humiliated by his own. One way he was humiliated by his own son, 5-year-old boy. So these things will not help anybody. So if one has to do tapasya, tapo divyam, uttakayana sattvam, then it will work. Dan, charity in transcendence, not just in goodness also. Then charity in transcendence. Vrata, do Ekadashi Vrata. No. Do Kartik Vrata in a devotional way. Adi bhi. और बाकी कुछ भी करना है, you have to make it, then it will work. then it will purify us of all those. Else, all these irreligious actions which are not connected to Krishna consciousness are not going to help us. And Prabhupada quotes a very beautiful, Rup Goswami quotes, and Prabhupada also writes in his purport the verse that Pada Pankaja Palas Vilasa Bhaktya Karma Shayam Gratitam Udgranti Santah Tadvannarikto Matayo Viruddha Shroto Ghastam Aranam Vachavaasudevam. Very clear it says this shloka that karma shayam gratitam granthi karma ka granthi. Even fifth canto, the prayers to Lord Narasimha, which has been done over there, also says this verse says Om Namo Narasimhaya grasate something. He says karma shayam randhayam. That word has been used. Randhayam put into dirt. All karma shayam is put into dirt. How? So Vishnu Bhakti. So Yat Padapa, one who has taken shelter of the Lord, of the feet of the Lord, lotus feet of the Lord. Pankaja Palasa Vilasa Bhaktya. Who is doing Vilas? Where? Pada Pankaja Palash. He's doing Vilas Bhaktya. Palas. He will be get rid of all these things. This is a verse that is about 422:39. Prabhu. You can write it and maybe refer to it that time because Prabhupada also doesn't know as quoted. So now coming towards the last part of this, he says, no, Prabhupada also quotes Padma Puran. He says, and Rupa Goswami, because Rupa Goswami, and amazingly, Prabhupada has just translated Rupa Goswami back into his, into his annuity book. And Rupa Goswami doesn't quotes which canto shloka is this, which the chapter shloka is which shloka. He just writes the shloka in small. But Prabhupada has mercifully has told us, Baba, 6th canto, 2nd chapter, 17 number shloka, 3rd canto, 33 number. Yes, because he knows we are not going to catch it, I say. So he is substantiating. Then in the last, towards the Kleshaghni, he quotes about Padma Puran, where says, Krityanu. I wanted to show this verse, but sorry, I have lost the control of Zoom itself. But you understand this. Krityanu yatra vidyabhir hari bhaktiranutama avidyam nidra vidara hayatasu dvaja javaileva pananagam. What it says, knowledge flows naturally from the practice of devotional service to Hari. This knowledge flows naturally from the practice of devotional service to Hari and destroys ignorance, which is like a forest fire destroys snakes. And Prabhupada says, what does it mean? That this knowledge, which comes by what? Practice of devotional service to Hari, it destroys the ignorance. How? Like the forest fire destroys snakes. And Prabhupada very beautifully, he mentions in the last of this, I want to make you read this. Prabhupada quotes also over here before to it, that somebody indulges into sex desire, into sexual activity, gets a disease, STD, but back again, after he gets cured, back again he gets into the same activity because avidya is not finished. So any medicine, any material medicine, it is yoga, yoga, jnana, karma. These are not going to work because they can't remove the disease from the core, from the root. And then towards what I quoted to you right now. So Prabhupada over here mentions, please read.
Uh,
Yeah, please read through this over here.
Chandra
This
Bhushan,
ignorance.
This ignorance of practical knowledge can also be dissipated by Krishna consciousness, as is confirmed in the Padma Puran as follows. Pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness is the highest enlightenment, and when such enlightenment is there, it is just like a blazing forest fire, killing all the inauspicious snakes of desire. The example is being given in this connection that when there is a forest fire, the extensive blazing automatically kills all the snakes in the forest. There are many snakes on the ground of the forest, and when a fire takes place, it burns the dried foliage and the snakes are immediately attacked. Animals who have four legs can flee from the fire or can at least try to flee, but the snakes are immediately killed. Similarly, the blazing fire of Krishna consciousness is so strong that the snake of ignorance are immediately killed.
Yeah, that's very clear. So snakes, when a forest fire actually catches up, the snakes are the first who are wiped up from the net because they can't go anywhere. They have to crawl, and because there's foliage, dry leaves are there. Dry leaves catches fire very quickly. The snake are put to burn, are burnt. Same way, somebody who takes to Krishna consciousness.
Hare Krishna, Odi, you have got muted.
Bro, am I audible now?
Now it's audible, Roji.
Audible.
Yes, Proji, audible.
Audible, am I audible or not?
Yes, Proji. Yes, you're audible, Proji.
Yes, bro, I'm audible, I feel right now. Yes.
Yes.
That is that's what has been said over here, Prabhu. That any material desires which is there actually, they're burned like the snakes are burned. But that has to be, Uttama Bhakti to Krishna, and then that's it. It will be done. And it's a very good news for us that we can get rid of all kleshas. We do bhakti to the Lord. So I end over here. We have 1 minute. If somebody has a very urgent question you ask, else we'll make it to the next class. Anybody has to? You can raise your hand. You can. No? Okay, very good. So, thank you very much for being with us. Shantanu, you have not yet sent me feedbacks. I'm looking for it.
Proji devotees have not replied to the feedback that I had sent, so I'll have to wait for them.
Wait, bro. I'm not able to hear anything somehow. I don't know what has happened to me. But if you have feedback, please send me. Sorry to say. No. I don't know what has happened. I'll set right for next time. Something goes wrong with my laptop. Hare Krishna, Shri Prabhupada.
Baat ki jai.